Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. My name is Yamilet Castro, and a few years ago I was here, like you, at Spol, and then I am a business analyst in Ocean at a company based at Quito, and has a lot of projects in terms of technology. I'm going to present to you my role as business analyst and then to define the success of the project. Success of a project can be because of many factors. What's success for you? So, in a world of our systems, we have the provider, the client, the team that's going to develop the tool, and then the client, that's the company that needs the tool and that's going to pay for the service. So the provider, Ocean, or systems companies, the success of the project can be defined as fulfillment of a schedule, chronogram, have the least amount of inconvenience, the team and the client happy. And then for the client, success can be resolution of the problem, the cost related to the market, the having an ROI, among others. Now, to see from perspective, you have the role of the business analyst, and then one of the main roles of the business analyst is what the client wants. And then to know what the client wants, we have to know we need to propose a solution so that the client can maximize the value, and then to have a successful completion. So for example, a client contacts us to develop a website. So based in analysis, interviews, we see that consumers, they look at the mobile. So for example, the solution would be to develop an app instead of a website. Okay, so a BA, business analyst, it's a nexus, a liaison between the team and then the client. So it's a person, it's how it's done and why it's done, so that the team, when they have doubts, they can go to you and solve their problems. And with time and experience, you're going to have chances of determining opportunities for growth and recommending or consulting, which translates to more sales and more work for your organization. Now, what do you need to be a business analyst? Among the ones I consider the main qualities are the communication. Communication is fundamental for a business analyst, and it's not only about defining the problem, but also knowing how to communicate it so that he can understand the solution, and then you have to translate the requirements for the technical team and the development, the functionalities of the product, and what needs to be done. The resolution of conflicts. So it's the process of identifying a problem, analyzing it, and providing solutions to solve it. Now, critical thoughts. To keep in mind all perspectives and do the correct analysis it's important because as a business analyst, you're going to talk with a lot of people. They're going to have different perspectives, normally, and they're going to have different problems and different perspectives. So you need to have critical thinking to see beyond the problem and benefit the client and the company. You need to be practical as a BA. You cannot be afraid to make questions or maybe try different systems. for example, like you're in charge of improving a system, and the idea is that you, as a user, try and understand the perspective and problem of the service and the expertise. And of course, expertise is gained through time, experience, and it can be, of course, learned. And when you enter a new industry, and you can research about the business, go to Google, LinkedIn, and analyze the roles of clients and responsibility with consumers. That's going to help you in your role as a business analyst. So a day at a BA office. So it's not like you go up, it's like you get up, go travel, and give speeches at one of the top universities. Or it's not only about that. You're going to have interviews with a lot of the parties involved. The idea is that you can have a lot of solutions. You're going to have to document those requirements, and creating, Marcelo was speaking about this tool. It's similar to Word and OneDrive. You're going to document everything that you do so that your team can find this. And a lot of times you're going to have to design the solution. You're going to have to analyze user experiences, and you're going to have to interact about design. And as you get information, you're going to realize that the first solution is not the most optimal one. You're going to have to be open to change, and then to add new changes to solve your client's problem. All right, so if you are interested on some things that I've said, then business analyst is your role. So I wanted to talk to you about my work in general and my experience in this system. So you're going to see facts about what I've experienced, and I think that were a bit of struggles. So my second semester, I almost failed like programming one. I mean, I was an A+ student, and then I got this, and then I earned 150 a month 10 years ago, and it was not enough for all my expenses. I think that we can realize that it was impossible. In my first years, my software project system, I started to develop them with Google and Software Plus. I was studying like you at university. University prefers yourself to, like, for things that are more traditional, but when you work, you need to learn more stuff. So Google started Overflow, and in 2020 I was an addict of this. Then it was a struggle for me, this aspect, because human resource, it doesn't show stability. And then I quit, and I went to work travel. That was a struggle because I was working for a few years, and I didn't realize that I needed to have vacation. So what were the opportunities? When I almost failed this, what I did was I stayed like 3 to 4 hours doing exercises, hitting the library, and then 2 semesters after, I was an assistant this subject. So this first work was the only work that allowed me to study and work. And so I have like four years of experience. I mean, it's work experience is really important. So if you have a chance to work at an internship, you're going to be ahead of any other candidate. And then the skill that I earned was, my role was a lot about research, information collection, and you need to have patience. I don't understand this, but I'm going to research it, I'm going to learn it. And then, well, I changed jobs, but then I learned from different industries. And I wouldn't have that variable experience if I had stayed in one single place. And then, why did I go to work and travel? I could improve my English skills, and then it allowed me to be at this job. And it's going to allow you to work with international companies. And for your, of course, financial work is going to allow you to improve your career prospects. And I changed cities. I live in Quito full-time. I am from Guayaquil, and a lot of mentors. They were invaluable to me. They were kind, and they were patient enough to guide me along the way. Do not be afraid to ask. I think that some of you are in a stage where you're going to have a lot of doubts, but there's always going to be people beside you that are going to be mentors. And then I noticed that I needed to change in my career, but Ocean understood when I quit. I still work for them, but I was a developer, and they opened opportunities for me because I wanted to try other things. And so I'm 30 years old, but of course, I am looking for more opportunities, personal things, and you don't need to have a whole blueprint. You don't need to have, okay, I have this goal for this at this age. No, every change is welcome if you're clear your goal. And in my case, I wanted to be a good professional. Of course, I wanted to meet my financial goals for me and my family, and you're gonna also have. So, what does this look like? I am a business analyst, but also I was a front-end developer. I was a back-end. I was giving tech conferences. I was like a QA analyst, and then I was a web designer. I had done a lot of things, and I am a BA. Now this, and why I wanted to share this, because the systems industry is one of the most versatile industries, and as long as you are open to it, you are going to find a lot of doors open. It's a quote that I found interesting, and I cannot say whether things will get better if we change. What I can say is they must change if they're to get better. Do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of risks. If you have the conviction, everything's going to be okay.